got to see it on a dyno, got to see the first startup, and now you get to see his first passes with a new setup. We're not looking to go crazy or anything, just making a few hits, make sure everything's where it should be, and it's like he wants it to be. So, and I'm sure as the night goes on, if we see what we want to see, he'll definitely be turning it up. So. Mom, you taking care of baby boy?
I believe you feel pretty good about Johnson.
Taking care of him?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, he don't need taking care of.
You need taking care of?
No, I'm
You're good?
good. Yeah.
First pass, what do you think, bub? I mean, yeah, you hit a tire, but who cares, right?
Yeah, turn it down.
He's grinning is a good thing.
Yeah, I know he's grinning. We might show some stuff later on. We're not going to say right now, but was it pretty good?
Oh my God.
Man, you can't take him nowhere. Wasn't bad.
Till the brakes work.
Let's turn it down a little bit. Check tire pressure.
Yeah, I tried some more tire pressure than normal.
Yeah.
It still crushed it pretty hard.
Right. But them tires is
They're wore out.
they're wore out. They've got the old digger die runs on them right there. So
They're wore out.
she'll get it figured out right here, and we'll get some more passes in. You got 2 hits now. You ready to grudge race?
Yeah.
I know you took a lot out of it, obviously. We can tell that. Sneaking up on it. You look really good coming out of the hole. It transferred.
Basically left on gate out of the hole.
On gate. It
Didn't
transferred.
have much in it out the back.
Yeah. I mean, it transferred good out of the hole. Didn't basically, you didn't wad. Didn't kill the tire, so to say. So.
Turn it up now.
Oh boy. Phone there.
Nothing.
So, you got it together. You got it drove up and down the street. You had it on the dyno. Now you've had it to the track. Made 4 passes.
Technically 2.
Technically 2. Yeah, well, we'll get into that. Attempted 4 passes. So we'll just let you give us the rundown from 1 to 4.
Well, come off the dyno was last Sunday, basically a week from yesterday. And then I took it down the road. I was rolling into it, and it was Bill boosting it, cut off. It was losing crank signal. So I guess in the process of all the fab work, where these cars are magnetic crank sensor with the crank wheel off the back of the crank, it may have got some metal trash in there because I pulled the sensor out and it was covered in some metal. Cleaned that off, it fixed it. So, and I guess we got it ready for Mooresville. They're still on the same tires from Digger Die, so They
So
had
that
a
was
lot of
back in
passes on 'em.
December. See, December, January, February, March. 4 months old.
They've sat here for a while. Hot, cold, heat cycles on 'em. Not jacked up in the air, just all the weight sitting on the sidewalls. I mean, they were needless to say. I had some new ones here. Probably should have put them on, but just kind of wanted to save those for the backside race, and then probably the front side stuff. We're gonna run the Mickey slicks and probably pro brackets. So I guess first pass went up there. It's kind of through like a old tune from Mooresville No Prep last year with the single turbo setup, which I knew probably wouldn't go down the track because based on the way the dyno graphs look, this makes a lot more torque down low and makes it a lot faster.
A lot faster, yeah.
Talked to another racer that recently just switched to M1, and he said his ordeal, he didn't really pick up power, but the way it made the power and torque and everything changed the curve and all that.
Do you want to tell any dyno numbers like it made about 350?
I mean, I wouldn't say kill a boost, but there's probably 10, 12 pounds left. It made over 1,500. So it's capable of 1,800, and I think at that point we'll probably be limited by the stock cams. So maybe changing the cam soon. So I mean, then then though, I mean, Coyotes don't really have problems lifting heads, but it's just a regular Cometic gasket that probably ain't good for the boost that it could see. But, I mean, it's got all the fuel to see 50, 55 pounds if I get froggy beside somebody and grab the scramble. So
True. Well, you said it made more power faster, so we're just going to give an example here. When you say faster, let's say when you was on the single turbo with the E85, it's kind of hard to compare apples to apples at, but we're going to compare it because you're twins now, obviously. But let's say with the old single, say at 6,000 RPMs, you made 1,200 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs.
yeah,
Well, if you stayed with the old single and went to M1, let's say the same, you would have made, say you made 1,200 horsepower again, but it would have made it, say, at 4,000 RPMs.
it was E85 curves on the dyno are usually just linear. This is more of it gets straight there, and that's a common thing with the M1 stuff. It's just the way it makes the power and the way the fuel works and everything.
Well, what do you think of how the car sounds? It sounds totally different.
Yeah, it sounds totally different. So
it don't even sound like a Coyote anymore, and I'm not going to say what it sounds like, but anyway.
and it don't sound like no LS.
Oh, I was going to say LT1 for Jonathan, but anyway.
It sounds better than that. Yeah, the first pass, like I said, we put that tune in there, and I mean, it kind of a decently fast 60 foot for a Hoosier on front side with a heavy car, and it went probably 30 feet, and then it lit the tires up, which obviously was granted to the new torque curve and stuff, I feel like. So then turned it back way down for a second run. It was actually probably the fastest 60 foot of the night. I mean, for an old wore out tire with no tubes or anything, it was pretty quick for a heavy car. So we don't give no numbers out on that yet because we got some front side races coming up. So I think that 60 foot, I think with this setup, we're going to be able to leave a lot softer and not be as violent.
Because you're making the power
as much
sooner.
RPM and boost, and hopefully drive into the power instead of trying to leave super hard. And then third pass, see, I think it went down the third pass. It had a little bit of wheel speed up top, but grabbed the scramble on that one. I mean, it saw probably 30 pounds. So for 30 pounds, we'll just say it, based on the PB the car had before, which we've said that it was like 138 mile an hour. That was on a pro bracket radial. The 60 foot was at least 2/10 quicker on the radial, and that was at Wilkesboro, which I feel like Mooresville's always been a little faster for my car. It mile an hour almost basically the same on about 10, 11 pounds less boost, and that's just with a very slow 60 foot. The ET was there, but obviously they're losing a lot of ET in the 60 foot. We'll get that eventually. And then gonna try some new things with the shocks, and then made another final pass, but turned it up quite a bit. I just think we're fighting the tires at that point because, like I said, they're 4 months old and sidewalls are dead, and nothing you can do about that at that point.
Do you want to sneak at Mexico Street heat in here?
Did we make one?
Yeah,
I did. I did like a little roll.
I can give them a little tease on that too.
Yeah, wasn't nothing crazy. It was,
No, it's just to drive it on the street, see what it do.
yeah, it felt pretty good. So We'll see. I'm gonna try to do some more testing. I'm gonna put new tires on it. We haven't really ran tubes in the tires before, so I think I'm gonna try that out. See if that helps with the heavy car. Because with the new setup, obviously it lost the intercooler on the front and all that, so it's a little more heavier on the rear. So it's probably
You
gonna
got
kill
some
the,
weight out of
it's
the car
gonna-
this time around
yeah,
too.
It's gonna kill the sidewalls and being pretty heavy on the rear. So I'm gonna try a different slick, tubes, and just a bunch of different shock settings, and then just try to keep getting tune-ups built from there. See what we get.
And like I said, I think it come together pretty good. I mean, y'all work long, hard hours, and
Yeah, it's got potential. I mean, my goal is to go in the Ford. I think it's gonna do that pretty easy and have some room to go when it dips down in there as well. So
are you looking to eventually take more weight out of the car, or are you just going to
I
kind of?
think I'm gonna leave it like it is. It ain't nothing like beating somebody when you got carpet in your car. So, and then you can drive it to and from. I mean, this thing earlier, it's got a 15-gallon fuel cell in it. I've drove it, dynoed it. I mean, it didn't really use any fuel at the track. I mean,
Well,
I could probably drive it from here to.
We filled
who
it up
knows?
here, done all the dyno stuff.
Never filled it up again.
Took it to Mooresville. Obviously, trailered it down there, but
I
took it to
think you could drive
Mooresville.
it down there and not even use half a tank.
Well, how much fuel did you put in it at Mooresville?
Didn't even use 2.5, 3 gallons.
So there you go. So
Yeah. So I mean,
not bad at all.
still a street car for the ones that say it ain't.
Well, like I said, we'll give y'all guys a little sneak peek on the street here, and hope you enjoyed seeing his first passes with the car, and leave us some comments and tell us what you think. And
Yeah, I get some parts we might go testing this week, or definitely will next week somewhere because we need to.
yeah, we've got some pretty serious racing coming up. So
I feel pretty confident about our first front side race with what we've got. I mean, we're gonna run small tire there, but there's some hitters gonna be there, and there's gonna be some that ain't hitters. So we'll see.
you plan on being a hitter?
We'll try to be.
You want to hit
At least to whoever get first round. Might whack them over.
I think you'll do okay. I mean, I think you've got a pretty healthy racing schedule again this year. So here we go. A lot of long weekends,
Their time's almost up.
sleepless nights, and if anybody wants to donate some Texas Roadhouse, everybody knows how I feel about that. So, and my wife's over here shooing at me. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one. Anything you want to add to the end?
You might not want me to add it.
We're gonna let it go then.